Assalamu alaikum. Peace be upon you. There are Islamophobes who attack Islam, saying that Islam allows marrying multiple wives, so it is against women. Let's discuss this issue honestly. Yes, Islam allows marrying multiple wives on condition. In Quran chapter 4 verse 3, Allah says that if you are to marry them, then marry other women of your choice, 2, 3 or 4. But if you are afraid that you will fail to maintain justice, then content yourself with one. So what it means? If you want to marry multiple wives, you have to give them the provision for all the wives, treat them equally. In that case, you can marry. But if you are not able to maintain justice between your wives, then marry only one. This is what Islam says. Okay, is this good or bad? It is a good for the humanity. Let's discuss about the human history. If you see the human history, there is always war happen between nations, civilizations. In those wars, mostly the men participate. They go as soldiers in the wars, and then females and the children, they stay in their homes. After the war, there will be huge casualties. A lot of men dies in the war. After the war, peace remains. During the time, what happens? There will be more females compared to the men in the whole population. In that case, if every woman has to marry only one man, then there will be a large population of females. They could not find their partners. They have to live alone the rest of their lives. In that case, the best solution is that the men population is less, so they can marry multiple wives if they have the ability to maintain justice between more than one wife. In that case, for example, the women who has children who lost their husbands in the wars, nobody would prefer to marry them. If a man should marry only one, they will marry the young, beautiful girls. Those girls who have the children and they lost their husbands in the wars, nobody will prefer. In that case, Islam says that we can marry. If someone has a wife, you can marry those widows, and this way they also get male company, and then they can live their happily the rest of their lives. If you see Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, his life, most of the marriage he has done was with the widows. His first wife was a widow. Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, he was 25, and then the Khadija, the first wife, she was 40, she was a widow. And then the next wife he married, she was also a widow. And then after that, there are many wives he married, all were widows. So which means that widows need to be taken care of in the society. Otherwise, their life will be miserable. So there is a wisdom behind why Allah permitted marrying more than one wives. Not only Islam, if you see in other religions in the history, if you see in Judaism, Judaic books, you see it permits more than one wives. They can marry multiple wives. And then also in the Christian world also, they have married multiple wives. Even in Hinduism, they married multiple wives in the human history. Because that's a practical solution. There is always war. After the World War, so much men died. After the World War I, so much men died. The female population was high in that region after the war. Because men were going for the war, they were dying in the war. In the end, the female population increased. In that case, the practical solution is if every female has to get a partner, they have to marry a man who is already married to some woman. That's the solution. So marrying one man has to marry only one woman, then it's injustice to the society. A lot of women, they will be unmarried. Those women who has children, they have to remain unmarried, and they have to suffer for the rest of their life. So marrying multiple wives is a solution to the humanity if you really understand the wisdom behind it.